There's a special kind of pride that you feel deep down inside, a strength that seems to thrive in Lima, Allen County.
The American way of life, to get in gear and do what's right.
An unbreakable forthright link called real American strength. Lima, Allen County, real American strength. Forever moving forward without forgetting where we've been.
Creativity meets technology, where possibilities never end.
Ohio's strong Midwestern know-how, exploring innovative ideas. Deep-rooted but always growing, ever proud of where we live. Lima, Allen County, real American strength.
Community Focus on GTV2 Lima.
Thanks for joining us today on Community Focus. I'm Ann Decker. We are wrapping up the activities for Child Abuse Prevention Month. And here in the studio to give us the last few items on the calendar is Donna Dickman from the Partnership for Violence-Free Families.
Good morning, Ann.
Good morning. Thanks for being with us.
Oh, glad to be here.
You brought a pinwheel.
I did, and isn't it colorful?
It's
and you
beautiful.
know what's exciting is when you drive around the county and you see those in yards. And they're all over the place. Sometimes they have 2 or 3 in the yard. Pinwheel right there, and we're talking about child abuse prevention. So Tim DeHaven and that whole crew out there, they're gracious enough to allow us to sell them there. They're for $5, and the money goes right back into programming and supportive material for child abuse prevention in Allen County.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Yeah.
What do you have on the calendar to wrap up this month?
We have 3 more events going on in the month, and it has been a busy month. Boy, we've had pinwheels up and down, we've had awards given out, breakfasts, but what we have left, we have Friday at Children's Services. It's an extension of what the YWCA around the nation do, and locally here we had it for a long time, and Stand Up for Racism. And what we do is we have a poster at Children's Services in the lobby, and if you'd like to go by and sign it, they'd be loved to collect your signature on there as well. So Stand Up Against Racism, and that's where it's at, Children's Services on the corner of Spring and Main.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we've got Saturday as well.
Big day, big day. Spank Out Day. It's an international event. I know it always gets a snicker. Some of the blogs that have come back off of that's very snickering too. Anyway, what we're talking about is there are great ways to teach a child correct behavior. We know there's challenging moments that kids give us. About a third of the time kids misbehave just because they don't know. But it's a better way to teach them what to do instead of hitting them for what they shouldn't be doing.
Hitting them or spanking them? It's kind of a gray area as to where you draw the line.
A lot of people think that. But I think once we put our body in motion, it's the same effect. You know, we're swatting somebody, hitting, spanking, call it whatever you will. It's physical contact meant to harm. So I think if we step back a few minutes and say, you know, if we respond rather than react to a situation, we can learn to teach instead of just punish.
So what do you recommend when the kid is driving you absolutely crazy and you stand back and you go, now what?
There you go. You stand back for one thing and take a deep breath. I can't tell you how many times my mother counted to 10. There was 8 of us, and she counted to 10 a lot.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
But that is a good question, because especially we have to realize how old the kids are. If they're under 3 years of age, they don't have that rationalization yet, that stop button. So they just go ahead and explore it, because that's what little kids do. And it's our job as adults to keep them safe. So if you're putting that little kid out there with a bunch of glass knickknacks, just saying no isn't going to cut it. Typically you have to either remove the knickknacks or you remove the child out of the sight. So it's up to us adults to keep those little kids safe. Older kids, time out, taking away things that they really care about just to get their attention. But constantly we have to ask ourselves, what is it we want our kids to do? How do we want our kids to behave? And then reinforce those behaviors.
You actually have parenting classes where you can go a little bit more in depth with parents
Sure.
as to some of the alternatives to spanking.
Yes, that's true. And we talk about a lot more than that, too. Child development, social emotional growth is so important for us to understand. And that is a 9-week course. We'll be starting another one here in about a week and a half, and we'll have that information out.
Okay, so if anybody is interested, they can just give you a call and sign up?
Absolutely.
Is there a fee for it?
Nope.
That's the best
We
part
just
about
want
it.
you over. Sure. You know, I took that class after I'd already been a grandparent. And there's things I realized I could have done differently.
I think we all
So,
realize that in
yeah.
hindsight. But you know, if
Yeah.
you can give them the information ahead of time, that's wonderful.
It's good stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's Saturday.
That's Saturday. Sunday, CASA, Court-Appointed Special Advocates. They're going to have their 3rd walk, and it's another Stand Up for Children, Speak Out for Children, and that's what CASAs do. They're going to have a walk at Ottawa Metro Park from 1 to 4 o'clock in the afternoon. No pre-registration. Come on out. Walk for the children, socialize, enjoy. There's going to be a lot of the groups that have booths out there to give you some more information as well.
You know, we see a lot of you this time of year, every year.
Yeah.
But really, child abuse is a problem that goes on all year round, and we don't want this to get out of people's minds once the month is over.
That's right.
What do you recommend that people think about, do for the rest of the year?
Yep. We really are our brothers and sisters keepers, and especially our children. That's what we're adults are here for, is to make sure our kids are safe and they're growing up. And so, you know, we have referral sources we can call. If you suspect anything is going on that is harmful to a child, please give Children's Services a call or your local police officers a call. So those are 2 good places to make that referral.
Okay, and let's help keep child abuse out of this community.
Got that right.
Donna, if people want to sign up for your parenting classes or get any more information about what you do, how do they get in touch?
Phone number 419-549-8530, or visit our website or Facebook page.
All righty, thanks for coming in today.
Thanks, Ann.
You're welcome. Donna Dickman from the Partnership for Violence-Free Families. When we come back, we'll tell you how you can get rid of your junk right after this on GTV2.
He said he would let me play ball with the older boys if I did what he said. He said it would be our secret, and he'd beat me up if I told. And now, he wants another favor tomorrow. I just want to play ball.
Say no. Run away. Scream. It's okay to tell an adult you trust if someone is hurting you or making you uncomfortable. Feel safe. Feel strong. Feel free.
Lima City Council has recently amended the city's vicious dog ordinance to deal with potential problems concerning dangerous dogs in the public.
The ordinance is comprehensive. However, here are some key elements that all dog owners and their neighbors should be aware of.
Any dog that is considered a breed of pit bull is considered a vicious dog regardless of its temperament.
A vicious dog is any dog that attacks, bites, or causes injury to a person or domestic animal with or without provocation.
Not under control of the owner and secure with a muzzle and a leash of 6 feet or less in length, all vicious dogs must be confined when outside in a pen with a secured top and bottom, or with the sides of the pen embedded at least 1 foot deep into the ground.
If you're a dog owner and have concerns about any dogs in your neighborhood, visit limapolicedepartment.com to find out more about the city's vicious dog ordinance.
The fine for non-compliance is $150 per citation, and ignorance of the law is not a defense.
If there's an emergency situation, call local law enforcement for immediate assistance.
We're back on Community Focus. I'm Ann Decker. Do you have a lot of junk? Well, here's your chance to get rid of it if you're a City of Lima resident. In the studio with us today is Connie Dershem, and she is here to talk about the Citywide Pride Cleanup. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
This starts on May 5th this year.
Starts on May 5th. It'll run for 4 Saturdays. It'll go the 12th, May 19th, and then on June the 2nd, because we don't use Memorial Day weekend.
Sure.
So we skip that week. But
So what kind of junk are you taking?
pretty much anything. If, people want to clean out their attics, basements, garages, just get rid of things that they have laying around they don't want anymore. It could be building materials, if you're remodeling your house and you need to get rid of pieces of wood or plaster or anything like that, rocks, bricks.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, anything except for large appliances, large pieces of furniture,
Like you can't bring a couch?
a couch or something like that, and then hazardous waste materials. Those have to be picked up or taken out now to the hazardous waste site.
Okay.
So we can't take anything like that, paint or batteries or anything like that.
Tires?
Each customer that comes can bring up to 10 used car tires.
Great.
They take them down to the 900 South Collett Street site where they have a tire collection. They will also have a mulching site down there, so if people have tree branches or shrubbery trimmings, things like that they want to get rid of, they can take that down to South Collett as well.
Okay.
And they'll just mulch them up down there, so.
But for the usual junk, what you've done is you've set up dumpsters basically in different parts of the city each week.
Right.
So starting on May 5th, you're going to be where?
May 5th, we have 2 sites. They'll be in the 600 block of West Spring Street, across from the WIMA parking lot. And there'll be a dumpster there. That one's sponsored by Riverside North neighborhood. And then there'll be one at Trinity United Methodist Church on West Market Street. And that one is sponsored by the Heart of Lima Neighborhood Association. So those are the only 2 for the first week.
Okay. Now, who can be bringing material to these dumpsters?
Anybody that is a resident of the city of Lima.
Okay.
And that has a current water bill, paid water bill. When you come to the site, they should ask you either to show your water bill or a driver's license to prove that you're a resident of the city. And you can go to any site. It doesn't have to be one directly located right by your home.
Okay.
But you can go to any site, any weekend. You can go as many times as you want. Our goal is to clean up the city.
Well, you guys really do collect literally tons of junk these weekends.
We do.
How much?
Yeah. It varies every year. We've had as little as 40 tons and as large as 160 tons.
Jeez.
So, yeah.
Well, and what's amazing is that you get this every year. You think at some point we'd run out of junk to bring, but we don't.
Yeah, and this has been going on since like 1994. So it is amazing, but it's always astonishing each year the number of used car tires that we get. And that can range anywhere from 600 to 12 or 1,300. So, yeah, it's amazing.
Well, it certainly does clean the city up.
It is.
And you'll have volunteers on site at the dumpsters to help people unload, correct?
Right.
Okay.
Yes, dumpsters dumpster helpers will be there. Dumpsters will be available at each site each weekend from 9 to 12. So make sure you get within that time frame.
Okay. And if people do need the complete schedule so they know where they're going to be every weekend, where can they obtain that?
It is on the city's website under the news page.
Okay.
It's on there. It also will be published on April 29, Sunday's newspaper. There'll be a full page ad with all the sites and all the information that you need listed on there.
Okay. And of course, we're running it here on GTV as well, so people can just stay tuned and see the sites scrolling.
Great.
If people want more information, how do they get in touch with you?
They can just give me a call at 419-221-5177.
All right. Thanks for coming in today.
Thank you.
Connie Dershem with the City of Lima. When we come back, we'll give you an update on what's happening in the parks right after this on GTV2.
I didn't want to be touched. He said it would feel good, but it didn't. So he gave me a new doll and some candy. He told me not to tell anybody and that it's our special secret. How do I make him stop?
Say no. Run away. Scream. It's okay to tell an adult you trust if someone is hurting you or making you uncomfortable. Feel safe. Feel strong. Feel free.
Kickflip 6 stairs takes determination. So will getting into college. I've got what it takes. So do you.
Bring out the action hero. in you. Fuel up right and get energized. Be part of the greatest action movie ever. The first movie that puts you in the action. Show us how you train and eat like an action hero. Join in at actionheroalliance.com.
We're back on Community Focus. I'm Ann Decker, and with the weather warming up, this man is getting to be very, very busy. Ric Stolly, Lima's Parks and Recreation Director.
I got to tell you, the weather has caught us early March. It was just beautiful, you know, and we were playing catch up. We're still getting, you know, through the process, but the way that grass has been growing is just
tell me about it.
You know, I talked to our friends in other agencies in and around Ohio. They are experiencing the same difficulties. So we're working through it. We're getting there, and I think we've been through our mowing rotation now 4.5, maybe 5 times, which
you shouldn't have started yet, really.
We should be getting out this week, but so be it. We're at it, and we're ready to go.
Well, when do all the activities really get going?
Well, we with the league baseball, Little League baseball, the league decided this year to back things up a week, which has been beneficial for us. So for the youth baseball and softball, those won't start until the 14th of May, which is kind of nice. It's given us an extra week. Usually we start that first weekend in May, and it's because of the Ohio weather and so forth. You never know if you're going to get those games in, but so we bumped it back a week, and things are moving forward. The teams have been selected. The process is, teams have been practicing now for a couple weeks, and with the lack of rain, they've been able to get out on the diamonds and at least do some work with infield practice and that kind of stuff. And so that's in process, and those are boys and girls, grades 3, 4, 5, and 6. Our numbers look like somewhere around 20 in each division for baseball, and we're going to be similar, maybe a little bit less in girls softball for league play. So that usually wraps up the end of June, first week or so in July.
Okay.
So that activity is well underway, and we're looking forward to getting the game started, actually.
When does the pool open?
Pool will open June 9th.
Okay.
That second Saturday in June, and we'll be getting. We've been going through the interview.